was probably going into my second year of investment banking. So, meaning I hated investment banking, and it just wasn't for me. But I was lucky enough to kind of learn that early on. When I came out of college, well, I studied government in college, and I thought I wanted to be a lawyer, and I wanted to be a civil rights attorney. And then I kind of realized that there were really no laws that have been ever written or designed for the benefit of black folks. So I changed my mind about that. I figured the best way to help and to learn is to understand about how money works. And I also learned that when my stack of green is as big as your stack of green, then we have to have a conversation regardless of whether you want to talk to me or not, and that you can influence decision making and laws by understanding how money works. And so while I hated investment banking, it was necessary for me to understand how businesses work, but it was also that hatred that drove me to investigate other things. I grew up in a media household. My father was a journalist, so I've always been excited about information, who owns information, how information is shared and distributed, how people consume information. I literally cold called Keith Clinkscales, who at the time was the CEO of Vibe magazine, and basically told him that I just wanted to get 15 minutes of his time because I had been watching his career and I wanted to share some ideas about what I thought about his business and to explore some careers in media. And 15 minutes turned into 2 hours. And you can read the rest of the bio, I guess, on the website, but that's what got me in it. In terms of climbing the ladder specifically, sorry about the long answer. I never really had, I don't know that I really had a game plan other than to be the best at what I was doing at that moment. So that might be piece of advice number one. Whatever you're doing right now, be the best at it. Because even though it may not be what you wind up doing down the road, it is the level of intensity and professionalism and desire and passion that you bring to what you do now that informs other people about how serious you are about the rest of your career, regardless of whether you wind up doing that or not. People pick up on certain attributes that are transferable to any type of career decision or path that you may make. It gives you the opportunity for people to recognize you for that level of expertise, and it generally opens up doors for you, and things magically, in some ways, reveal themselves to you when you are of that mindset, and people recognize that type of intensity. So there was no purpose in me trying to climb the ladder. I guess I've gotten to where I've gotten partially because of just being intense about what I do when I'm in it, and other people recognizing that intensity, which then opens up opportunities. I mean, there's literally just two types of folks, and let me stop talking about this.
No, continue.
There's people who have opportunity and those who don't, right? People who say, I can, and people who say, I can't. And the interesting thing about both of those people is that they're both right. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you say that you're not going to be able to do it, then you probably will not. Or will you ever, for that matter. So I think it's a lot about my approach to where I'm in. And I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So